Hello everyone and welcome to this new video. I'm Ombra and today I'm gonna show you my formation maker for the Evil faction. Many of you have asked me on Discord how to create a strong lineup in the current meta and which commander are usable. And for reply to this question, I've created two spreadsheets, one for the Evil faction and one for the Good faction, where I list all the commander I think usable in the current meta, dividing them in base of what role I think they have to play. Today we're gonna talk about the Evil faction, but I'm gonna follow up this video very soon with a video for a Good faction also. So remember to smash like on this video and also subscribe to my channel for don't lose any content. Talking about the roles for the Evil faction, I think the best formation is use one physical damage dealer, one support tank, one elemental damage dealer and one White Council remover. Support and White Council remover are a must, you always have to have that on your team. And about the physical and elemental damage, you need the damage, is not a must have one physical and one elemental, but is highly suggested. So if you take a look at the spreadsheet on the left of my screen, you're gonna see 4 roles with 7 options for each roles. You also probably gonna notice some commander appear multiple times in the list. That's cause some commander can be playing different roles and have a different value in that role. For example, the Witch King is S in support tank, only inferior to Sauron in my opinion in the Evil faction, and he also appear in the White Council counter roles, cause in his kit, if you play that as a White Council counter, have a great potential for cancel a lot of stack in the early game. But then the Witch King appear also in the D elemental, cause yes, if you play that as a damage dealer elemental damage, you also gonna have a decent amount of damage. Not the best, of course, there's a lot of commander better than them, but it's usable, so it's right that appear also in damage dealer elemental. So with this spreadsheet, you're not also gonna establish what commander you want to play, but also what role you have to give to that commander for make them very strong, and you're gonna finally understand how to perform better in this meta. So let's say for example I have all the Evil faction commander and I want to make a formation. First and all, I'm gonna pick Sauron as a support tank. The reason are multiple, a lot of CC, increase the damage received from the enemy and also reduce the statistic of the enemy commanders. Then as physical damage dealer, I'm gonna pick Lurtz cause is the commander with more damage of the Evil faction in terms of physical damage dealer and have all the damage you need for carry the battle. Then at White Council counter, I'm gonna pick the Shadow cause it's the only commander can remove 18 stack of White Council in only 2 rounds and is also the second best physical damage dealer of the Evil faction, so it's fantastic play that on a formation. The combination of utility and also damage is insane on them. And for last, as elemental damage dealer, I'm gonna pick Saruman, a commander that have an insane amount of burst on round 3 and with Lurtz and the Shadow is one of the best damage dealer of the Evil faction and one of the best elemental damage dealer versus the White Council. Then at this point it's very easy change your formation in base of what commander you have. Like say for example you didn't have Sauron, it's very easy, you remove that and you're gonna check the list what is the second commander in the role of support tank. The second commander is the Witch King and it's done. Like this, is very easy. Witch King provide a lot of CC like Sauron, dress the same equip of Sauron and also can provide debuff for the enemy commander like Sauron. Of course the debuff are weaker but the CC are very solid of the Witch King and also the amount of supportive stuff he can do are very solid. But now let's say also you didn't have the Shadow, so I remove the Shadow from the formation and I'm gonna check the list for determine what commander I have to run. So in the list, in the second position of the White Council counter we have the Witch King, but in this case you're already using your Witch King as a supporter tank, and in this case you have a choice to make cause you can choose to run the Undying as a White Council counter, and the Undying of course is inferior than the Shadow in terms of stack remove each round, but in combination with the Witch King it's very solid, can do the job very well. In alternative, you can swap the Witch King in the role of White Council remover. You have just to pick the correct skill on the Witch King and you can run at White Council counter, and you have just to pick the correct skill on the Undying and you can run a support tank very well. And for make your formation competitive is for real easy like that, you have just to follow my spreadsheet. That of course every commander in a specific specific role have a specific build to follow, and for this reason I suggest you to follow my series about the commander guides on my channel, and my spreadsheet for the evil faction include 20 commanders, so a lot more than the usual commander you see on the field. So there's a plenty of option to play and enjoy, even if you didn't have the super meta top commander. So let's say for example you are a new player, you don't have any commander but you want to make a very quick formation that work on the meta. What you can do is pick for example Azok as main physical damage dealer. You need just them respect 3 and is a T1 commander. At White Council counter you can pick Adune with respect 3. Only considering the Adune formation you're gonna remove 10 stack of White Council in 2 rounds. So it's pretty solid for that role and also have a good amount of damage. As elemental damage dealer, let's pick Kamul. At respect 3 you already have all the kit for doing damage. And for last, as support tank, I think the Undying is the best for a free-to-player new player, because you need them just unlocked. You need only the skill of respect 0 for work very well. And you have already a pretty solid formation, because you have White Council removing, you have the evasion of the Undying for your formation that provides survivability, and you have a solid kit of damage with Azog, Adunai and Kamul. 2 of them are elemental damage, so ignore the physical defense. A lot of people are gonna consider that a scratch team, and actually it is, but work very well, because it's made with brain, thinking about the roles of the commander and what a commander can do for your team for perform very well. So even a new player free to play can play with nothing, just commander respect 3, respect 2 and just 1 legendary of 4. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like it, just smash like on that and also subscribe to my channel for future content. Let me know in the comment what you think about this spreadsheet and what you think about the current meta, if you agree with me. Like always, I wanna remember you have an affiliated code with the game for buying gem from the official site, and if you choose to use my link, the devs gonna recognize me a little commission of what you spend and you're gonna support directly my channel. Again, thank you for following me and see you in the next. Woo!